there in the back, where it's over there in the banquet hall, all the way at the end. That's where it's hooked up at. Out. Oh, and ten. T, I'm getting ready to go. I'm about to fall on my face. I can't get no rest. Too much going on. Hey,
Okay, 7, 8.
I
People are
cannot.
starting to.
Huh?
man,
Your
I
people are
sleep
starting to
quick,
log
I get
in.
up at 4 o'clock.
Oh, where? Oh, just a quick reading.
For Earl.
Yeah, I got a reading.
I got some other new commercials. We on.
What the?
I kept looking at that, then I saw Glenn, I'm like, I know that girl didn't go steal that.
1, 2, 3. You got me.
Yeah. But shoot, you can't do no survey, cause the people with antenna TVs ain't watching us tonight.
Huh?
I said, you can't do no survey, cause the people with antenna TVs is not watching us tonight.
But a lot of people got antennas with their TVs.
I have cable and antenna.
Okay. I like this antenna stuff, the shows. I was impressed. I'm like, Courtney, all these years I've been spending my money with Comcast.
My cable bill is, because I got all the channels.
You don't even be at home to watch them. That's
Yeah.
so silly. You need to do some downsizing, boo-boo, so we can stay on, period. Help me, I'm Daphne, downsize.
I meant to get that other little
Stand.
like that, yeah.
There's a reason why I ain't married. I don't like people telling me what to do, tell me, tell me. That boy just told me, come on.
I heard.
See, that's it.
Oh, I'm rolling.
Yeah, you rolling.
It irritates me.
Give me a wet tissue so I can clean my glasses when I go to break.
Tissue.
Oh, a paper towel, whatever it is.
Oh, they say that scratch.
10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
And just when you thought it would save it, it ain't. It ain't, not at all. Good Wednesday evening to you. Welcome again to still the most controversial television talk show in the nation on a black television network. And I want to start right here on that. I got a good, interesting subject for you tonight that was brought to me by an email that a guy by the name of Harold Smith sent me that I think is going to be interesting yet controversial. But let me explain something, or let me say something to those of you who watch television and understand this thing we call the broadcasting business. I was reading earlier today about multi-billionaire black man by the name of Byron Allen, who is 58 years old, and he's suing Comcast for $20 billion. That's what it be. Byron Allen, who is suing the nation's largest cable company, has alienated guys like Al Sharpton and the NAACP. And he's talking about the discrimination that Comcast has against black-owned media companies. One of the things you need to understand that in this country, as this battle of racism goes forth, that the first line of defense in battling your enemy or your enemy battling you is to cut your lines of communication. there is a segment of America who has a fear of independent black owned media that they cannot control the content. There is a segment of the community, even in the Memphis area, that wish that they could control my content and the words that comes from my mouth. On a black owned network, they have no power. Or they come at me on social media. They shut down my Instagram page, and I had to start all over with 161,000 followers. Videos that were seen all around the world. My Facebook page is consistently every 30, I don't think I've been on 30 complete days in probably the last 3 or 4 years. But there is nothing that they can do about the SVP TV network. Comcast, when you look at 31, Comcast has made a lot of money off of 31. Prior to 7 years ago, no one in the market knew anything about 31. They had 17, where all the little preachers went on there, they did little preaching and things, and you can't make money on 17. You cannot charge anyone for anything on 17 because it's known as public access. 31 is a different creature. I have been fortunate to be able to make a great deal of money on 31 through the SVP TV network. But they did not think when SVP went on there, Sam Smith, we're 7 years in February. They did not think that the SVP TV network would exist. No black company locally has been able to do this. And let me say this, that SVP was not the first one. The first station that tried to do this started about 3 months prior to SVP, a little station with a bunch of handkerchief head Negroes who were fearful of white folk, who was playing into the hands of Warden and the power brokers. The reason that they are no longer in existence is because they lost their marquee act, which was me. When I would not bow and be submissive to white folk and the handkerchief head Negroes that they had. In fact, they took me off the air on Martin Luther King's birthday. I'll never forget it. We shall overcome. Because the guy, Dr., what was his name? Dr. somebody, I forget. He had a little pharmacy company over on Thomas Street. On Poplar Street. Said that he would not have my show was too niggerish. That's the words, the exact words that he used. My show was too niggerish. But had not my show been what it was, no one would even listen to him. There was nobody else there that had any name recognition. Then they had this little poo-put ass preacher, Noah Hutchinson, who tried to be me. You can't be me in this market because you want to be polite and you give a damn what folks say. I don't. Plus, you don't have the gift. You don't have the ability. Dr. Brown, thank you. I knew somebody would say it to me. Dr. Brown. And I told those Negroes when they came to me and said, after I put them on the air in November of that previous year, Norman Red Wing, thank you, man, Dr. Brown. See, then I found out that Dr. Brown had gotten a contract and gotten some money through the Warden administration administration, and I was kicking AC Warden square in his ass so hard that he was defecating my toenails when he went to the bathroom. But they didn't last, and I told him that day, I told him on Martin Luther King's birthday, I said that without me on your network, because you ain't got nobody else, Noah Hutchinson ain't gonna make it. Then they had the little black lady, what's her name, former commissioner, ran for the county mayor, got the marketing company. Norman, send me her name because I can't think of her name either. All a part of a setup to get me and my voice off of the air because I found out she was the manager, campaign manager for AC Warden. So they had to get rid of me because I was talking against leadership. And I told them you won't last 90 days on the air without me on the air. I was on early in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 to 9 in the morning time. Whew. Deidre Malone, boy, y'all on it tonight. Deidre Malone ain't what the little bird left on the fence. I give less than that because she was a part of a setup to get strong blackness off of the air. Did not want to see a black man on TV that don't give a damn about the politics, that don't kowtow to white folk and to water carrying handkerchief head Negroes either. They put me off the air that Monday. The next day, I got a call from a guy by the name of Sam Smith. Didn't know Sam, never heard of him.
He did not call me.
Huh?
He did not call me.
Who called me then, Miss Debbie?
Debbie McClendon.
Okay, Debbie called for Sam.
I did not call for Sam.
Debbie's in the studio. Will you let me tell my story, Debbie?
But you gotta tell it right.
I got a call from Debbie and Sam then.
No, you didn't.
All right, who I get a call from?
You got a call from me. Sam was skeptical at first, but me and him came and mentioned
Ooh,
together.
Jesus. If
But I
anybody
didn't
got good credit and want good credit, it's always gonna be Debbie, because she wants her credit.
I'm gonna get it too.
Okay. All right. However, I got the call
Okay.
7 years ago. 7 years ago. Sam and Debbie came to my office.
That's right.
Now that's right?
That's right.
Debbie and Sam, whoo, came to the office. They sat in the office and told me about this idea that they had for a black television network. I was skeptical just like them because I just dealt with some black folk who were not strong. They were weak back Negroes. Well, they said, look, let's do this. Let's put this on the air. I was off the air maybe 2 weeks. Went on the air. We were going to go live. No one knew that probably for the first month, I taped every show because we couldn't get all of the mechanisms in place. Understand, this was brand new to Comcast. They wanted to see if it would work. They wanted to see if they could make this particular station profitable. So after about 30 days, we did go live. Everybody that you see on 31 now, outside of SVP, all only became because SVP and Thaddeus Matthews were on 31. Comcast has the highest cable rates in the entire Mid-South. Anything that you see prior to 7 o'clock, unless it has the SVP TV logo on it, is not affiliated with us. Even though from time to time people will say they are affiliated with us. But if it does not have the SVP TV network logo that's on the screen now, there is no affiliation. Comcast has been able to make a lot of money. Cable rates went up. Comcast got to the point that they got greedy and stated, well, in certain areas, you couldn't get this station for a while unless you paid an extra $10 a month to see it. People started calling me, I can't get you no more. It's just still on the air. And all it was that Comcast was charging, even though you were paying your cable bill, was charging you extra money to watch this network. So we come up to this point. 7 years later, Comcast has made a lot of money off of the SVP TV network. Comcast now has went up tremendously on the rates that SVP has to pay them. So if their rates go up, SVP's rates go up. Guess who rates gotta go up? Mine. And one of the things that happens with black TV is black folk don't support black TV. Y'all run to the white man to be on the white man's TV. Y'all run to Dr. Flynn's station to be on Sunday mornings. The very same coverage that you get with Flynn, you could get right here on the SVP TV network. But no, the white man says, my bread is gonna be toasted better, my water gonna be colder, so come on over here. You're gonna pay more over here, but you're gonna pay more because I'm the white man. And you niggers don't believe in doing business with each other, so come on over here to me, Mr. White Man, and Mr. White Man, I'm gonna take care of you. Well, you know it's a ripoff. So what is happening with us at SVP? SVP and Comcast. Comcast has now went up on its rates 4 times what they were. They want to go up 4 times their rate starting January 1. They want Debbie McClellan to sign a contract for that crazy amount of money. One of the reasons, and I've had opportunities, and I've had people try to talk me out of being a part of the SVP TV network for the several years, because Debbie will piss me off at times.
And you do what?
I piss you off at times too, no?
Okay.
Ooh. Debbie Norman is not here this time of day, so I can normally do this without the peanut gallery. And Sam, rest his soul. I know he had a hard time. He told me that once, talking about Miss Debbie. He just shook his head and just walked on off. I said, man, Debbie crazy. He said, and just walked on out.
Because I made him money. I made him a lot.
Lord Jesus, I'm gonna get through this. Let me tell you something. There are thousands of you right now that the only reason you have Comcast is because you want to watch the Thaddeus Matthews Show, and I appreciate that. But the price that these white folk want to charge is crazy. The SVP TV network has some plans for next year to be not only in Memphis, we are in the Arkansas area now, but next year to be in Atlanta, Chicago, Cincinnati, Ohio, St. Louis, Mobile, Alabama, New York City, Detroit, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. In other words, what is happening with the SVP TV network is private syndication. Instead of waiting for some company to come along and say, SVP, we're going to syndicate you across the country, this company, Debbie's company, is doing it on its own. What happens when white corporations, media corporations come in and they buy up black folk? They buy the black folk. You cannot say what you want to say. Even in me as the cousin pastor in that persona, I was offered a national television show about a year ago. But the white folk thought I was crazy. They wanted to tell me what I could say, what I couldn't say, who I couldn't talk about. You can't talk about the gay agenda at all. You can't, if you say something about the president, you can say this, that, and that, but you can't say this, that, and that. And they thought I was so hungry to do national TV that I was gonna cut a deal with that. Plus the money, the money was okay money, but it wasn't all right money. And I've lived long enough, I've made a little money in life that I would not allow white people to buy me. Now I'm 62, I'll be 63 April the 1st. And I still got some dreams, goals, and aspirations, but I'm not the nigga for sale. I'm not that waller-carrying Negro that white folk can just talk to any kind of way. You can't look at me and I scratch my head unless my head itching. On the ass, I'm gonna kiss his ass on a big, beautiful black woman that I may want to kiss. Other than that, I'm not gonna be dictated to. I know what the rules of the FCC are. I've been in this business almost 40 years. I walk the line, I step across the line every now and then, but I know where my limitations are as far as broadcasting is concerned. I know what the law says as far as federal broadcasting guidelines are concerned because I studied my trade. What we are planning to do, or what Debbie is planning to do, because first of all, please understand, I have no ownership in SVP at all. None. I ain't a stockholder, board member, nothing. I'm just probably the biggest asset that the station has because I got the name. And after all of these years, hell, I should have the name. I am not on TV just to be sexy. That goes without saying. I'm just sexy. But I'm here for one reason, and that's to make money. I tell politicians, I don't give a damn about your political agendas. Hand me a check. That's all I want. I don't care who you like and don't like. When you come to me, do for me like you do that white man. Bring me a check. I was telling some politicians that today. We're getting ready to go into the General Session Court Clerk's office. That's in March. It gets started this month. Bring me a check. Don't bring me no parts of my money. Bring me all my money. Do me like y'all do the white people. Y'all don't tote the note advertising with the white folk. So damn if you're going to do it with me. So what Debbie has proposed to me is that there are various ways of doing TV where you can see every day on your channel, and it don't cost you this crazy money that Comcast wants to charge you. And I went back and I read what Byron Allen was saying about how they discriminate. See, first of all, understand when you look at 31 outside of us, everybody on it is black. So if they can make it valuable and then seek ways to either make you pay more money or get rid of you so we can put something there now because we've made 31 profitable. Understand that the only reason that cable channel 31 is profitable at all is because of the SVP TV network. When we came on the air here, they were selling probably time for $10 an hour. I'll be damned if it's $10 an hour now. Probably this time that I'm on right now is probably costing $400 or $500 an hour. And you start to multiplying those hours and all of the hours that the SVP TV network has on the air, then you start looking at the value that we brought here. Even the folk overnight now finna have to pay a whole lot of money. And ain't nobody looking at TV. All them little religious shows, ain't nobody thinking about no Jesus at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. Then that ain't the kind of TV they want to look at. They want to look at some bumping and grinding at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. But we are proposing, or Debbie is proposing, that, and I forget about this, putting antennas on your TV. Debbie is going to acquire a network. Am I correct, Debbie?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Going to acquire a network where what we're doing now can be 24 hours a day, 7 days per week.
Just like Little Rock.
Now, just like we do in Little Rock right now.
Right.
See, what these white folk meant for bad is about to be for our good. Won't he do it? Yes, yes. See, sometimes God has to close some doors so you have sense enough to go and open up another door. Because you did all that you can do at this door. And when white folk think that this is the only door and the only avenue that you have, white folk will play crazy with you. So what we're proposing is that all you got to do is go and spend $10 and get one of them antenna things and put your antenna on your TV. And from the network that we are going, or Debbie's going to purchase, you'll be able still to pick up everything that we do, which means that we can add more content in a 24-hour period than we can do in these 5, 6, 7 hours that we have on a daily basis in the Memphis market. We are already 24 hours, 7 days a week in the Arkansas, Little Rock area. And we all quit calling, because they play my show 3 or 4 times a day, and we all quit calling me at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, because y'all, the number out there asks me about cornbread and all kinds of other things. After this time, I ain't on there live. Those are repeats. But we need the support of this community nationwide. We can take the broadcasting of what we're doing, because we ain't finna fall prey to what Comcast is doing. They are discriminatory. They just can't come at me. Okay? They tried a few years ago. They tried when a local politician here, Ed Stan Sr., when I attacked Ed Stan Sr. a few years ago because of a conversation that they had about me in a coffee shop or a smoke shop, cigar bar, that came to me. And his son was Ed Stanton III, who was the U.S. attorney then. They came at me. They went all the way to the corporate. And I appreciate Sam Smith to this day for that he would not bow to Comcast wanting to remove me off there. Plus, I didn't have no contract with Comcast, no way. My contract is with the SVP TV network. Now, and they were finna open up some doors for major lawsuits, because you can't violate my First Amendment rights. You can't do that. You're not going, as a broadcast entity, you can't do that. You can't tell me who I can talk about and who I cannot talk about. So that passed over. But what we want to do, because this is a money-making venture, what our plans are is to tell Comcast to kiss our entire black ass. The whole ass. Don't miss none of it. And move on to bigger and better things. We're not going to fall prey to the very thing that Byron Allen is suing Comcast for now, has already won a major decision at the Supreme Court level. But we are going to keep fighting. I want politicians to know I ain't finna ease up off your ass. I want these shaky Jake bishops, elders, and apostles to know ain't finna be no difference. If anything, it's gonna get worse. We are hoping for your support, and all you're going to have to do. I forgot I even had an antenna on my TV at the house. I got Comcast. I pay probably nearly $200. How much I pay at my house? I don't pay that much.
You got the alarm systems now?
Okay, I got the alarms. I got an extra phone, extra cameras at my house. Yeah, I probably pay Comcast. Yeah, ooh. Okay, close to $400 a month. The TV part is probably about $200 and some dollars a month. My streaming for my radio show is extra money that I had because I got extra lines that I had to have put in my house, them high fiber lines to be able to broadcast my radio show in the morning. That I'm going to have to keep, but some of these other things, I'm gonna get me one of them little and only time I look at TV is at night, and my favorite picture is Chicago PD. But what we're asking you to do is get ready. It's going to get bigger. It's about to get better. And the only thing, I'm going to maintain all of my social media platforms. We're going to do TV. You'll be able to see us, even those who do not have Comcast. And one of the things we run into, and we've ran into over the years, how come you're not on AT&T? How come you're not on the Dish network? Okay, somebody want to know what kind of antenna and where can it be obtained? Would it be like the Fire Stick? It's just a regular antenna. It ain't like, because when I was going, y'all gotta remember, I'm 62 years old. I was looking for them things we used to take and put on top of the TV, and you know, you pull the little wires apart, you know. They don't make them no more, no way. But you have an outlet on most of these TVs now. It usually costs about $10. When I first moved into where I'm living now and didn't have cable, and they come in various sizes. I guess when Debbie finna bring the antenna so I can show it. This is just one kind of antenna, and it hooks up right into
I bought it today. Before I signed their contract, I had to make sure it works. It works.
she wrote this antenna.
Right. That's it.
Okay, this is an antenna, and remember that TV. And it has this cable in, like and all of them are not made like this. The one I have on my TV at the house is much smaller than this.
Yes.
Very much smaller than this. you can take, oh, Lord, don't let me drop this. Here's a TV. Where it go? Oh. Okay, this little piece, there's a piece that you connect to the back of the TV that goes in here. This goes where your cable line would normally go, right? Okay. This little piece here goes on there. Then you take the antenna piece and you just screw it. Thank you, somebody told me. It's called an HD TV antenna. Okay. And that's all, this is all that it takes. I don't know why the hell somebody called me. I don't need your damn instructions. And then you can pick up, there's not even a programming that you have to do. Then you're able to pick up other stations other than what you pick up on cable. In fact, you're able basically to pick up,
You just hit input and switch it from cable to antenna.
do what now, Courtney?
You just hit the antenna, you hit the input button on your remote
Hit the input button on your remote
and change it from cable to antenna.
and change it from cable to antenna, and then you'll be able to pick up all of the stations that you want to pick up, and like Bounce. This is the way Bounce started. Okay, this is the way the Bounce network started. Here it is. It's real simple. You putting it into the back of your TV, and it works. So people all over the country, okay, people all over the country will be able to access us. Am I right, Courtney?
Yep.
Okay. There will be different stations in different parts of the country, right?
Right.
Right. But this mechanism syndicates us on a national level. I mean, like even in Memphis, we may be looking at something on channel 21, and you can see the same thing on channel 15 in your particular area. So we're going to do what is necessary, and you'll be able to tell Comcast to kiss your ass. I ain't paying that $200 and $300 no more. See, they thought that they was gonna screw us and not give us no sugar. They're gonna have to give us some sugar. If you're gonna screw us, we got to get a kiss. Give us a kiss if you're gonna screw us. But you see how easy this is. There's a piece that goes here where your cable would be. Then you connect the antenna, and their antennas, like the one I have on mine at my house, is smaller than this. All you want is an HD antenna, high definition antenna. You'll see the programming crystal clear. So you get ready. You get ready. It's a coming. Anything else, Miss Debbie? She gone. Whew. But I wanted you to see that.
I didn't go far though.
Huh?
I didn't go far.
No, she didn't go far.
Still here.
Couldn't hope for that. But y'all, you see how easy it's done. This is what already we're doing in Arkansas.
We're going national.
And
our way. We're going national where we can't be controlled that far.
you want to come up here, Miss Debbie?
No, my hair.
Your hair
We're
what?
going national.
Okay. We're going national. And
Starting in
we're going
January.
in such a way that we cannot be controlled
Right.
as a black-owned entity, where my voice cannot be silenced, where others who may want to come on and do the very same thing or attempt to do the very same thing that I do. And one of the things as I travel around the country, By the way, Houston, I'll be there next week. The ticket selling so good they had to change the venue. So I'll let you know which venue, but I'll be there next Friday night. Al called me, they said, man, when they heard the cousin pastor was coming to Houston, we sold so many tickets that we're changing the venue. So I'll be telling you probably tomorrow what venue I'm going to be in. Somebody wants to know, will we be able to watch on TV in Blytheville? Yes. Blytheville, Fayetteville, any ville that y'all got over in Arkansas. You'll be able to watch us in Atlanta, Chicago, Birmingham, Cincinnati, St. Louis. We're taking our own selves on a national trip. Our programming is going to go national. Yes, we're going to have to add more content. That's where you come in. You buy time. You want to be a national preacher, a national pastor.
Look on that sheet and it tells you what content we have on our 24-hour channel.
Not on this one.
Yeah, it does.
No. This just tells the cities.
Go down a little further.
I got your front page today.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. And I'm taking the time out of what I was going to talk about to let you know how important that this is. Okay. That we are not going to be silenced as a black media company. Okay. I ain't scared of white folk. I'm sorry. And you handkerchief head, wallet carrying Negroes, I ain't scared of y'all either. You know, I get paid. You got to pay me. I'm all about one thing: truth and money. They're the only two things I'm about. I'm gonna tell it like it is, and if you don't like what I say, you can kiss my ass and call it sweet. But the truth, realism must go forth in this country. We can't survive unless we own our own. We are not going to be the slaves to Comcast. Okay? And Debbie probably gonna get a call from the Comcast people tomorrow. I don't give a damn. Our contract ain't up. And I'm gonna say what I want to say. We must do what we're doing. We're gonna have religious programming. We're gonna have talk shows. You gotta buy your time. You gotta support a black network. Okay? All of the hundreds of thousands of folk that watch me across the country, whether by social media or by TV, now we're going to be able to come into your homes wherever all you got to do is have the antenna and go to the network, and we're going to be able to do that. Okay? This is it. This is it. Anything else I need to say?
That's about it.
Did I do well? I did well. Okay. And y'all see how simple it is? You just go in there like Best Buy. And if we can find a place where we can get them for little or nothing, buy them in bulk, hell, give them away. Because I want Comcast to understand that we will not allow you to put your foot on our necks. We ain't gonna allow it. We will not allow them to do that to us. So get your little antenna, if you like this one, fancy and stuff, you get it and it'll set up on your little table just like that. Okay? Or they come even smaller. What did this run, Courtney? This particular can right here.
About $10, $11.
About what?
I think it's about $10, $11.
About $10 or $11. If you just tune in, ain't none of your damn business. I came on at 7 o'clock. If you think I'm finna go back all through this all over again, go back and look at it when I go off the air. What? Okay. We're looking to put on live talk
No,
shows.
no, that's what we already have.
This is what we already have, live
Our
talk
24-hour
shows,
channel.
pre-recorded community talk shows, news that's trending, youth programming, cooking shows. And looking at some of y'all Facebook pages from Thanksgiving, we need some cooking shows. Cause some of that stuff y'all put on Facebook and say this what y'all fed y'all people for Thanksgiving when they gave it to the hogs. Classic movies, they're running classic movies. I saw some, they got some on that I used to look at when I was a little boy. Amos and Andy. Amos and Andy. Somebody wants to know, will you be seen if you have direct TV? Yes. All you got to do is put it on the TV, take your remote. Everybody got a remote. You switch it from cable to antenna. When you switch your TV from cable to antenna on your remote, this is when you're able to
Scan the
use,
channels. Then
huh?
You gotta scan the channels. So
You gotta scan the channels, and I'll tell you what the channel is locally. You have to scan the channels. We ain't got it all together, but we gonna have it all together. What channels and stuff, you're gonna have to scan your channels in your area like you do right now. Again, you may look at something that's got one number in this particular market, but it's showing somewhere else on another frequency in another market, okay? But we're gonna be trying to get all of that information, especially in the Atlanta market, Chicago market, Cincinnati, Ohio, St. Louis, Mobile. What's the frequency we're on in Atlanta?
we don't go on until January 1st.
January 1st,
Yeah.
okay.
And
How,
they'll give out the.
I'm talking about in Little Rock, and that's what I meant.
18.8.
18.8. They're doing this right now on 18.8. It was Me TV in that particular medium. So somebody says, so can we get rid of Comcast altogether? Yes, you can.
Yes.
Praise the Lord. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. All right. I've shown you what we have on the table that we're about to do. Then we're gonna take care of her. Maybe I can get a deduction.
Yeah.
I can get a deduction,
Keep talking,
huh?
keep selling. You gotta bring some sales in.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe I can talk my price down. Thank you, G. Oh, wanted to do it, shabba do, shabba die, and anybody else that's up there
Yeah,
listening.
he's doing some great things right now.
Huh? Oh, there's some great things coming.
Yes.
And you'll be able to take your ministry, Brother Pastor, and not for much more than probably what you're paying for the Memphis market. And I'm sure Debbie's gonna work out a promotional where it can take you into various cities for a low price. And because here's what that does, you're gonna tell all of your members to tell all their people in these other key cities to watch the SVP TV network, which is going to add to what we're doing. So I'm sure Debbie's going to add to what you're doing. All right? All right. All minds clear. Okay. But again, we want to thank the fine people at Comcast for going up on the rates. Because had they not went up on the rates, we would have stayed with Comcast. And 7 years ago, the idea was not to just come on Comcast and stay forever. That was not the idea. That was not the concept. It's been a growing process. I can remember when we first started, and I get upset when the TV would mess up. Hell, now I just go home, stay at home. At this point, because we've been out there so long, we're the only black TV network. A show is not a network. When you got a program on TV, don't call it no network. It's a show, okay? A network is when you have a multiplicity. Did you hear that word that you used, Dale?
I did.
Think I've been to college on. Use a multiplicity of programs. And we finna multiplicify. I made up one then though, didn't I? Yeah. Somebody said, damn, Pastor, we've been keeping Comcast because of you. Wait a minute. I can't wait, to get rid of this high ass shit here. Okay. I don't blame y'all. I don't blame you. 31 is only valuable because of SVP. Everybody else that you see on the SVP TV network came on this frequency, on 31, outside of us, they came here because of what was being done here. That's the reason y'all see folk that want to come on behind me. And you still can't do it. But if y'all would listen, we could show you how to market what you do. I've been doing this almost 40 years. If you come in and bring me a little fee, I can show you how to do TV. Okay? It's all about, see, y'all cheap, but y'all don't have no problem taking white folk out money. But we are about to conquer without dividing. We're going to conquer and show this community, show black communities all across the country, the power of black-owned media. All right, let's take a commercial break. I'm gonna get rid of all these monitors and things, and then we're gonna come back and finish and do some more, rather, of the Thaddeus Matthews Show. We'll be right back.
I
Well,
think
the
we
antenna
understood.
connection.
Thank you so much.
Wait, I'll get that piece.
Let's hold to it.
Let me get this so it won't tangle.
That piece right there.
Oh, okay.
You got Thaddeus, that's it.
All right.
Is it good to you?
Yes. Mouth got dry. I don't like my mouth dry. Mm. Ah. I got enough time to deal with this thing. Did you give me a little paper blow? The little wet paper down. All right. Walmart got them for $10.99. DJ Rico, the motherfucker wasn't supposed to get no goddamn money back. No, the motherfucker didn't get a motherfucking dime. Now, any more of my motherfucking business you wanna know? Hey, Taji, y'all, bro. What's up, baby? That's my baby there. Sharita, who is Mr. Lollipop? How many more commercial?
This the last one. 10 seconds.
Okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, and welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Let me take a moment and wish a very special friend of mine a happy birthday, Taji Yabro, one of the sexiest bondsmen anywhere in America. She carry a big gun on her hip. Also, she's down at Clog Bill Bonding Company. So, happy birthday, baby. Call me and I'll come blow your candles out later on. All right, glad to have you back. One of the things that I've added to the Blues Show in the morning, we call it Thaddy Bear's Raw Thoughts. That's where individuals send me emails and we discuss what they send me. If they want to stay incognito, we do that. They just say, don't call my name. But I got an email for tomorrow morning. Oh, it's a good one. But, and I think y'all can send them. Y'all can send your emails to cussingpastor@gmail.com. cussingpastor@gmail.com. But I got an email last night or this morning one that I thought would be interesting to talk about on the show. And I was looking at it this morning while I was doing the TV show, and I said, this would be interesting to talk about tonight. It's sent by a guy by the name of Harold Smith. He says, "Good morning, Pastor. I listened to your program last night until I simply fell asleep. Have to be at work at 6 a.m. So I am not sure if you touch this part, but I want to share something. About 20 years ago, I was a missionary and worked in an AIDS hospice. Since then, I have done occasional work in the hospices with AIDS patients, including at the Kansas State Penitentiary Hospice Unit. We discovered that in the black women that got HIV from their partner, in nearly all cases, their partner had spent some time in prison. In prison, they do no handout condoms, and homosexuality is more rampant than we think. When I did prison ministry, we found that usually there is a block bitch or two on each cell block. These men are bottoms and feminine, and so they are the ones that all the other men penetrate sexually. So if the block bitch gets HIV, then he may pass it on to literally hundreds of men. And he says the Google Gaten Dumas considered patient zero when it comes to HIV. Let me bring Instagram back. Okay. See, in anal sex, the anal linings tear easily because they are not made to be stretched like a vagina. I guess not. There may or may not be blood, and it provides direct access to the bloodstream. Even when a man gets head from another man, the penis may have microscopic tears. Now, some say, well, if he uses a condom. However, a lot of men engage in felting now, which is technically rape. In felting, the man slips the condom off without telling the partner and therefore engages in raw sex against consent. So I really wanted to know from all the women who are having anal sex, how many of them are having sex with men who spent time in prison. Not only that, how many of them are 100% sure the man did not pull the condom off without her knowing. If he jumps up right after sex and takes off the condom, it is possible he took it off before and is trying to cover his tracks. Have a great day. So I thought I'd do for a subject tonight. Your man has spent time in jail. Is he the same man, or is he now the girl that you need to get to know? Your man has spent time in jail. Is he the same man before he went? Or is he the girl that you need to now get to know? Somebody on here, Dale, are you watching? on Facebook.
Somebody on here?
Named Tony. Take him off. Okay. Your man goes in as a rough and tough cowboy. What's that?
He talking about rings.
Tell me what?
Rings.
Who?
Rings.
Okay. But he comes out switching. Okay? He spends a lot of time in jail. Some of you like these guys that spend a lot of time in jail. How are they relieving themselves sexually? They go in as straight men who are having consensual sex with gay, bisexual, or other straight prisoners. Since prisons are usually separated by gender, most sexual activity is with same-sex partners. While there is a possibility of rape, the most common kind of sexual activity in prison is consensual sex. The saying is that the whole thing of wearing your pants off your ass started in the prison system, and this was a sign that you were one of the block bitches. You were one of the individuals that was saying, okay, my booty is for you. That was your advertising, booty for you. Sexual behavior in prison, suppression, in which a inmate chooses celibacy. Autoeroticism takes things into his own hand, jacking off. That's what that is. Homosexuality, sexing someone behind bars. And I saw a video not too long ago where you saw these guys who were rough and tough guys, thugs and gangsters. And someone videotaped them screwing each other while in prison. Consensual situation occurs between people who have homosexual experiences for the first time in prison. Then you have the sexual violence, you have the rape, you have the manipulation for power or some kind of reward. Your man, was he gay for the state? Listen to what I just said. Was your man gay for the state? He was gay while he stayed in jail. He took on the gay role of being with a man while he was incarcerated. He was hardcore as hell when he touched down. But now he's a part of the homosexual experience while incarcerated. Was he gay for pay? Did he do the do to get old boy to share some of the commissary? Are you okay as a woman with your man relieving himself behind bars? And I'm not just talking about jacking off. I'm talking about him being with a man. Is that something that is okay with you? Okay. Did he? Do you think he was picturing you in his mind at the time? Let me do this. for that one. Take Tony Smith off. Okay? You get it? Okay. Do you think he was picturing you in his mind? Do you think that when he was involved with the man, he's closing his eyes and thinking that he's on the inside of you, and he's thinking about you? The sex usually occurs in the cell of one of the participants or in the showers during periods of association. Some men who share cells at night. So, your man, he constantly goes to jail. He is constantly locked up. Is he going to jail because of the various crimes, or are he committing crimes to go back to his lover that's in jail? Maybe somebody that's doing a 20 or 30 or doing life that your man has taken a liking to. Does your man, or do you, when your man gets out of jail, do you have an HIV test? Do you check to see if there are any STDs, or do you just lay down with him? You so glad to have Rico out of jail that you just up and give him some. He's been there 30 years. He's been there 10 years. He's been in jail 5 years. He's been there 3 years. Do you check him out, or do you say, my man is not like that? So that's our subject matter. Your man has spent time, rather, in jail. Is he the same man that he was when he went in jail? Or is he the girl now that you need to get to know? Do you check him out? Do you ask the question? Well, naturally, he's probably not going to tell you that, but shouldn't it be that if your man has spent more than a night in jail, he's been there a year, 6 months, should not there be an examination to find out whether he's bringing something out of there that he may give to you that may take your life? We're going to take a break, and then when I come back, I'm going to open up the phone lines, and we're going to talk with you. And I'd like to get your view on this here on the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Oh. All right, we're in commercial break. We'll be out shortly. Boy, this email for tomorrow morning's show is a whopper. You know, I have to take them off and copy them because the writing be so small on the emails. And I have to have my eyes open at 5:30 in the morning. All right, here we get ready to go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Don't forget to join me at 6 a.m. on AM 1600 WMQM. And expect between 7 and 7:30, I do Daddy Bear's Thoughts. And I was just looking at the email for tomorrow morning's show. And I guess I'll read it in when I give my thoughts and my views on that. If you got a situation that you're dealing with rather, send it to cussingpastor@gmail.com. cussingpastor@gmail.com. And I'm going to try to ease this in. And Taj is 46 years old. All right, girl. 46. All right. So we're talking about this. Do you have a man that goes in and out of jail? Do you have a family member that goes in and out of jail? Have you ever questioned him? Have you ever questioned why he wants to go back to jail so often? Could you tell a change in his ways, his mannerisms after he got out of jail? Do you think that a man is straight and he participates in these sexual acts with other men in jail? Do you think that he just has to be, he's doing it because he's institutionalized, or he has to do it because he wants to stay safe, he does not want to get raped? What do you think that the reasoning is behind it? Let's put the telephone number up. 901-231-9239. 901-231-9239. Dale, don't let me forget to do Parkway Rehab. 901-231-9239 is the number. And I like to hear, and I like to have a civil conversation about this. If you want to be an idiot, don't call, okay? Be an idiot on your own, not on all of our time. But I like to even hear from some guys who may have been in jail, been in prison for a long period of time. Does this become a part of the norm in jail? Does this become a part of the relief mechanism that you relieve yourself with another man? Do you fantasize that this man is your woman? Or do you go all the way and create a relationship with this man because you don't think you're ever going to get out. I'd like to hear from you. 901-231-9239. I'm waiting on you. Come on. You're not fearful to talk about this, I know. But it happens. And when I looked at that video and I saw where men were actively happy, smiling and laughing and grinning while they punching another man in the ass. What is the reason that it happens? Can you be forced? Yeah, and I understand that you can be forced in jail to participate in these actions. Let's go to Atlanta.
To accept, press 1.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine, sir. Speak up a little bit if you can, please.
Okay, so hey, how's it going?
Doing well, sir. Go ahead.
I mean, I was just calling in. I get to speak on a topic. I don't really have any hand, I guess, experience with it, other than the fact that I was in prison for a while. I didn't really see a large propensity for it to happen in jail along the lines of gay people doing gay things. Like, it wasn't more of it in there than it is in the free world. Like, you see a lot of it in the free world, just willy-nilly, it's all over. And I don't necessarily think that there was more homosexual activity in there than it was out here, just because of the sheer numbers of people out here.
How long were you locked up, man?
4 years.
You were there for 4 years. So in the entirety of your 4 years, you never saw any homosexual activities going on?
Didn't say that. I definitely saw homosexual activity. I didn't see any force, like people weren't getting raped like it was the 70s or whatever. I didn't see any of that. But it was people, it was genuinely like relationships. You know, weird shit to me, the same way it would be for me to walk down the street or me being in Walmart or me being a mall and I see men in relationships. It's weird as well. And so, but I wouldn't say it was more guys having relationships in prison than it would be me seeing people having relationships out here.
Okay, okay. So were you ever approached in your 4 years?
Nah, I mean, like, I'm not gay. I don't give off the air of a gay man. So gay men wouldn't approach me. So like I said, there's really a culture of like forced sexual servitude or anything like that per se. Like, if you're gay, then gay people pick up on it and gay people approach you for gay acts or whatever. You know what I mean?
So are you saying that all the men that participate in prison in the sexual act with other men, that they call themselves gay, or are they perceived as gay, or are they accepted as, this is something I'm going to do to relieve myself while I'm in here?
Well, honestly, I don't know what logic they use to personally, make themselves at ease for whatever they're doing. I don't know. Like out here, I don't know what logic they use out here to make themselves personally at ease with being down low. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, I can answer that. I don't know what logic they use for that. But
All right, bro.
I didn't really necessarily, like, I didn't really see people getting just roughed off or whatever. It's just like, if you're gay, then you're probably, you know what I mean, like, just with another gay guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just like it is in the free world. But it's just, give my expertise or my opinion on the subject or whatever.
All right, bro.
I to the narrative or whatever, but that was doing.
Thank you so much. So, what is your view? Do you think, or can you assume that every man that takes this role in the jail system, is he gay? Is he one who would not consider himself gay, just a person that's trying to relieve himself. 231-9239, area code 901-231-9239. What's your particular thought on this particular subject matter? Gay or not gay? Could these guys just be acting out a role? They don't really mean it. They don't really mean to be involved. But because of the incarceration, they do some things they don't want to tell anybody about.
Mike,
To accept, press 1.
Go ahead, Mike.
hey man, how come all your conversations be about gay, bro?
901-231-9239. If you don't like my content on my show, keep on doing what the hell you're doing at your house. Go play with yourself in the bathroom or do something. I don't care. We're having a subject. This is a talk show. You don't like the content, then why the hell are you watching? That makes you a real stupid motherfucker. Las Vegas.
Gina. To accept, press 1.
Go ahead, Gina.
They are gay. They're not acting out. They gay. A little while ago, a research was conducted, and they had taken a group of women and a group of men, and separately they showed a group of women videos of 2 women having sex, 2 men having sex, even monkeys having sex, and women were turned on by all. Men, straight men, were shown that same video, and they were only turned on by seeing a woman and a man having sex, or 2 women having sex. Not monkeys, not gay men. So these men in prison, they just acting out their true selves. They gay.
So,
Period.
so are you saying that when you said they're acting out their true self, what are you saying?
That's who they are. They're attracted to men. They were suppressing it. They were suppressing it when they are out in the real world. They were suppressing that need. But now, since they, they in there, they think their secret gonna be kept, and they live in their true lives.
They're living their true lives.
Yeah.
So you don't think that that there's a man that goes in rough and tough, gangster, and because he's not able to relieve himself sexually with a woman, that he takes the first,
Let me tell you,
he just gay, huh?
one of my friends, he gay. One of my good friends has a gay lover undercover because he is a construction worker, ex-gang member. I mean, tattoo on his face, buff, rough looking. But guess what though?
Mm-hmm.
Come nighttime, he gay.
Nighttime. He ain't gay till the nighttime.
He ain't gay till the nighttime.
He ain't gay in the
Once the
daytime.
sun goes down, he gay.
All right, dog. Once the sun go down, he gay. Thank you, darling, from Las Vegas. Let's go to Clarksville, Tennessee.
William.
William, go ahead, sir.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Matthews.
Good evening, sir.
I worked at the penitentiary lockup as a CO.
Okay.
During my training, they told us that we would, as COs, experience openly relationships between 2 men, and not to look up on them as homosexuals. That men, as I heard in the conversation, that they come into the penitentiary and they relieve themselves that way. And when they go back into society, that more than likely than not, they would assume a male dominant role. Now, I worked at what was called a wall, and during that time they had sales, and I mean, it was activity going on. Newspapers up, they allowed them to, put cardboard up to match the cells where you could not see in. You could hear the sounds of activity. And I never did experience men being raped,
Mm-hmm.
but quite a bit of activity going on between men. In the mess hall, especially crews who worked in the mess hall, my God, they were all down, but you could go in there and it was mattresses, homemade mattress, cardboard, pants and shirts and different things rolled up. And at times you'd be working as a CO in the mess hall and you would know that activity is happening behind.
So, but as a CO in the prison system, what was the training on this?
Well, it was a crash course. For me, it was a crash course. And when I say crash course, I mean it happened very fast, the training. They just told us to accept it, not to frown on it, not to, I'm searching for a word, more or less not to, just let it be.
Mm.
Let it be. That's what the system taught us at that time. I don't know about today. But they taught us to let it be and that it was over. You had guys that actually assumed female identity. It's more open today with the transgender.
Okay.
Transgender men back during that time, they walking around with ladies' attire on in their cell.
Okay. All right, bro.
Walk down to check the cell block. Brother, it could be a show sometimes.
Okay. All right, bro. Thank you so much.
Hey, take care.
All right. I'm Marie Thornton. You've been blocked on Facebook. AM 1600 WMQM is where you need to tune me in tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. There, you think I need to read this email before I go off the air tonight? Huh?
You can.
Before I talk about it in the morning? So it is a common problem, but here's what I want to hear. I want to hear from a woman whose man is institutionalized. Okay? And your man keeps going in and out of jail. Do you have him checked? Or do you check yourself when he comes back? Do you automatically Pookie just got out of jail at 12 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, are you in the bed with him? Or are you going to make sure that there are some checks and balances in place? 901-231-9239 is my number. Give me a call, because this is something that does go on in our institutions. Now, the gentleman there who worked in the prison says that they go in straight, that they are told in their training not to look down on these people. It's just something that happens. And the guy has the other guy in jail, but then he walks out of jail as a straight man. Do you think that the prison systems should also check these men before they are returned back to society?
Phone.
Robert.
To accept.
All right, go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, brother. I know you was asked for a lady to call in, but yeah, that brother was true. Was what he was saying was true. It's still like that today. It is accepted as a correction officer. We have a charge that an inmate can get for changing his appearance, but it's like this here. We know that guy is a homosexual, whatever the case may be. We know he gonna get the state T-shirt and turn it into a halter top. He's gonna take the Fruit Balloons, turn them into G-strings. We know he gonna wear the tight clothes and this, that, and another. He gonna get the Kool-Aid and make up some lipstick. I mean, Now, you can write the inmate up, but they always say it don't make any sense because all you're going to do is go maybe do 10 days almost, maybe 30 days in the hole, and then he's going to come back and do the same thing again.
So, all right, let me ask you something, brother. And I'll take it that you work in an institution.
From 1991 to 1997, Shelby County Corrections.
Okay. And they tell you what about this in your training going in?
You're gonna see. Yeah, I mean, it's something they teach you. We go through the training. We talk about the homosexual activity goes on in the prison, and they tell us we don't condone it. You can't do that. You know, I still remember my codes. The code is 6.06, homosexual activity in a penal institution. When I first went in, what we used to call, you know, you was a rookie behind the bars, you know, whatever. My very first write-up was homosexual activity. You know what I'm saying? I actually wrote 2 inmates up for homosexual activity. That was my very first one because I was walking the block and I saw a sheet up and I kept hearing something like something was slapping. And when the sheet was taken down, I mean, dude was hitting them from the back.
Okay.
I mean, we know it goes on, but what I'm saying is you can charge an inmate, but what difference does it make? Because as soon as they come out of the hole, they're going to go right back to the same activity. So, yes, in prison, we kind of turn a blind eye to it. Now, you got some officers that are always going to write the homosexuals up and this, that, and the other because your pants are too. You don't supposed to wear your pants that tight. You don't supposed to come out with a halter on and this, that, and the other. Some correction officers going to do that. But in actuality, most correctional officers, they don't, they homosexual, and there are guys, like I said, I put in one of the comments on Facebook, yeah, there are men that are washing socks and drawers and t-shirts, and it ain't just to get compensated. They are doing it because they in a relationship, they washing their man's clothes. And some of these guys, they don't consider themselves homosexual. They doing what they have to do, they having these relationships with men behind bars. And when they hit the bricks, you know what I'm saying? They back to what they call the rough guy, the tough guy.
All right, brother. I appreciate
All
your.
right, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
And this is a great subject because it informs us of some of the things that go on in the institutions. But you, as a woman, your man comes out of jail. How do you deal with it?
David.
All right, David, go ahead, David. David?
Yeah, David.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I just think that whole prison system.
I can't hear you. Brother, you got to speak up.
I just think that the whole prison stuff is messed up.
And, I mean, messed up on what, brother? Messed up on what, brother? I don't have time, brothers. Sit here and listen. You try to put your little words together, right? Your little words down before you pick up the phone. 901-231-9239. Does this bother you? Okay. Does this bother you as a woman? Would your man be offended if you asked him the question?
From Jasmine. To accept, press 1. To send a book.
Jasmine, go ahead. Jasmine, go ahead. Okay, Jasmine. Okay. Wasn't that the girl from last night? Okay, bless her heart. They wanted to send me her booty hole picture? Okay, we don't want to talk to her. 901-231-9239. 901-231-9239. Have you ever questioned your man about it? Are you a man that was incarcerated and you found yourself in this position, not because you're gay, but you wanted to survive? Is this a part of the survival code in the jail institution? 231-9239, 901-231-9239. 539. Tomorrow morning on the Thaddeus Matthews radio show on the blues, where I play the blues, between 7 and 7:30, I have Thaddy Bear's Thoughts, where I get emails at cussingpastor@gmail.com. Then I read it out on the air, give my view on the subject, and also look for your views as well. Let me read this one. This is what we will discuss tomorrow morning on the show. Dear Thaddy Bear, it's really hard for me to write this letter, but I need your Thaddy Bear thoughts on my situation. Before I say anything, do understand that I know I am wrong for my part in this situation. I'm not going to use our names in this letter because you are very familiar with one of the players, so here it goes. I am a 33-year-old educator, so I am smart, but the dumbest thing I've ever done is to fall in love with a married man. I didn't intend for this to happen. He's one of my brother's friends, so we ran into each other at a Super Bowl party. We exchanged numbers, and I wish I hadn't given them mine. It started with a good morning text. We texted and talked every day. It was just crazy. His grandma passed, and I was by his side. His grandpa's church voted him in as pastor. Okay. I joined over there with him. I taught Sunday school and sang in the choir. Yes, I am involved with my pastor. Yes, we are sexually active. Yes, we do all of the nasty stuff. Okay, Thad, look, we've been together for months, and he's even said he loved me. I'm thinking I'm about to be first lady around this bitch. Instead, I came up pregnant. We decided that this was too soon for a baby, so we had an abortion. He was with me the whole time. He stayed with me for 3 days until I could go back to work. The following Sunday, we get to church to find his wife waiting to surprise him. She works as a traveling nurse. Of course, I called it off and stopped going to church. I was miserable, lost weight, and my hair started falling out. The church folk came to my house and called my phone. I agreed to come back to church. I prayed for strength, but it didn't work. We ended up effing on his desk in the church. Lord Jesus, I didn't care about his wife, if she could hear or even if she cared. I loved this man. We had our trials. I ended up pregnant a second time, but I wanted to keep my baby, so I didn't tell him until it was too late to have an abortion. I was showing, and all folks knew I was pregnant, and they knew the good Dr. Reverend was the daddy, even his retarded ass wife. Unfortunately, my son was stillborn. He was by my side again. He didn't go home. I was on bed rest for 2 weeks, and he was right there with me. I knew then that he really loves me. We never discussed his marriage. He's mine when he's with me. So now, here comes where I need your thoughts. A new woman has shown up to church. Lord Jesus. Now, my pastor boyfriend, baby daddy, wants me to do odd and end stuff around church like regular members. I'm putting up posters and counseling folk like his dumb ass wife. And now he got the new chick in his office to talk. He constantly finding a reason to call or text her. So, Pastor Thaddy Bear, do you think I've been replaced? His bitch ass wife smirks at me every time she walks past me. Did she know this was going to happen? And yes, we are local in case you see us on the news. Well, damn. I'm going to give my view on this tomorrow morning between 7 and 7:30. I got some things I'll say about that. Okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow morning in on the show. Yeah, just send your little situations. I'll give you my views on this. She says she educated at 33 years old. All right, not too. 901-231-9239. Let's go to West Memphis.
To accept, press
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, last time. Okay. Does these type of subjects scare some of you? The fear of the unknown. We're not open-minded enough to talk about these type of issues. 901-231-9239. 901-231-9239. What is your view on this?
phone.
Michael.
To accept,
Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
What's up?
Hey, nothing much. I know you said you're gonna speak about the email that you just read in the morning on your talk show.
Right. So we ain't gonna discuss it at all.
Okay. What you talking about tomorrow night on your TV show?
I don't know. Unless something else. I don't know. I may talk about it. You know, I don't take phone calls on the radio show. I let people text
Right.
me their views in the morning. But I may talk about this tomorrow night as well.
Okay, because I wanted to make a comment on it. I'm laughing my ass off that woman. But if you're not going to do it, I'll catch you on the next time.
Well, I will. You know, I may talk about it tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. 901-231-9239. What do you think about the subject matter that we talked about? Men in prison. And why can't I get a woman to call? Why can't I get a woman to call and tell me, have you ever been with a man that was in jail? That's a good one. And I'm talking about, I ain't talking about overnight. He's been there 3, 4, 5 months. Little Rock, Arkansas. Let's go here.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Go ahead.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, that's what you touched on earlier about when you go to penitentiary and stay locked up for this many years. Let me say something to you. You was a homosexual when you went in there. You'd be a homosexual in there. A real straight man don't have to get down like that. He got 8 married, has 8 sisters and 2 sons. 2 sons.
Oh,
You feel me?
I hear you. But
Okay.
maybe he wants something tight.
Hey man, close your eyes and imagine what your
And just squeeze it harder.
That's it.
Choke the chicken.
Choke your chicken.
Choke the chicken. Just squeeze it hard.
Yes, sir.
So you say that any man that comes into the institution that performs oral sex or he gets his booty banged that this was him all the time?
Yeah, he was that way to begin with. He didn't get that way going. He had that shit going on out here in the streets, man. A lot of these females are fools. They don't know. They think they laying upside their man that night. They man laying upside another man the next night.
Okay, bro.
Okay?
Thank you so
All right,
much.
sir. Yes, sir.
Masturbate. Okay, take matters into your own hands. That's what that brother's talking about. But in the institutions, or is it just so easily done that you get tired of your hand and you want to deal with another man's hand or another man's ass or another man's mouth? Is it just that season of foolishness going on? 901-231-9239. Come on. Let me get at least one more before I go on tonight. Well, I guess we can't get no more, and my time is about almost up. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll be back here on the Thaddeus Matthews Show. I'm reading some of y'all comments. First time I heard choke the chicken. Oh. Oh. If you gonna tell me, all right. If you gonna, let me see if I got any more emails. All right. Oh, okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the remaining moments of the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Tune in for the Bets and Blues, 6 a.m. on AM 1600 WMQM. Grown folk blues in the morning time. You need to make sure that you are a part of what we are doing in the morning. Ooh, I want you to be with me in the morning. I'm gonna play some damn show enough good blues in the morning and read and give my comments on this email that we have as well. You ladies that want some meat tonight, some meat tomorrow, go by the Lotta Burger. Yeah, at 2260. I ain't taking no more phone calls, so quit bugging me. 2260, especially when you call and you won't say nothing. West Memphis. 2260 South 3rd Street. Go in there, that's right there, 3rd and Mallory. Get yourself a single, a double, or a triple combo. You got grilled chicken sandwiches, Philly smoked sausages, They got French fries, okras, chips, seasoned fries, regular fries, and their milkshake machine is always working. So go on by the Lolla Burger, 2260 South 3rd. If you do not have medical insurance, but you're always sick, whether you got the heebie-jeebies or the diabetes, you need to right now make sure that you get medical insurance. With all of the situations that are happening, you can get sick or anything can happen to you. You need to call Mike McKinley. Look, this open enrollment ends on the 15th of December. There's no health questions. Everybody can get insurance. It's based on your income. That's how much you're going to pay, based on your income. And you can call Mike at 289-5123. 289-5123. Don't forget about D2G screenshots. You see when I wear my t-shirts and my hoodie, that's who does them. John Odom over at D2G Screenshots, 3189 North Watkins. That's Watkins and Delwood. Go on in there. If you can put it on, you can take a picture of it. He can put it on your clothing. They're located again, 3189 North Watkins. Give them a call, 901-279-0434. That is 279-0434. That's the number. Okay. Hope you've enjoyed this. The name of my YouTube channel, my name, Thaddeus Matthews YouTube channel. I hope that you enjoyed and that this was informative to you. That, you got to be more careful. Man call you 1 o'clock for a booty call. Then he get there and all he want is your booty. That's a bad, bad call. How many minutes I got left? I gotta go. They say I gotta go. So I wish I could stay and give you some more, but you could join me in the morning, AM 1600 WMQM. Those of you around the country, just go to the TuneIn app. The TuneIn app, download it, put in WMQM. Until tomorrow evening, top of the evening to you.